We're excited to bring you today's video. We're starting a new playlist. We're calling it A Day in the Life of a Work Camper. And today we're going to be looking at work camping in Montana.
We worked in the mountain town of Gardner, Montana. It was a quaint little town that had one little grocery store, a bunch of shops near the north entrance that were mostly locally owned, and it was just a great town.
A lot of activity. The Yellowstone River went right through town coming out of Yellowstone National Park. People kayaking, fishing, whitewater rafting. Just a very vibrant, happy little town.
Yeah, lots of good places to eat, and just it's a wonderful little town.
The other neat thing about Gardner, the north entrance is not very busy, especially if you compare that to some of the other entrances like the west entrance. You have the Roosevelt Arch. It's the old original entrance to Yellowstone. Just a lot of historic, really neat things about Gardner, Montana. While we were there working, I was able to document a lot of my daily routines and show what type of work I was doing. We weren't able to take the camera into the office to show what Laurie was doing, so she's going to explain her side of the job.
So my day consisted of, I would get into the office, I would listen to the voicemails, get the cash out and get the cash drawer organized, return those calls for voicemails, take reservations. The phones would ring off the hook for the first half of the season, I would say, and then again at the end of the season they would get really busy again, just finding out when reservations would open for the following year. We would do pre-arrival calls, so we would just confirm arrival times, so we had an idea of the flow of arrivals in the campground for the guys, and then answer any questions they had before their arrival. And then anything the guests needed, we were just in the office available for. So we stayed pretty busy, and the last thing that we did was arrival packets. So this was something that was really neat with this campground. It would be a packet with the Gardner Chamber of Commerce, a booklet, a map of Gardner, some Yellowstone information, I think, and we would always put the last name of the guest and their site number on it, and they would come out or we would come out and give the packet and welcome them to the campground, and the guys would be there right away to escort them to the site. But it became a total game.
It was a game for sure. We all had the information of their rig, their tow vehicle, and it became a game of who could guess who was coming up the hill into the gate. 9 times out of 10 our manager always won.
Hi Alex. He was the best manager.
He was.
Such a fun year working there.
It was a great season
working there.
The other thing I'll touch on that was just so nice was getting to know all the other work campers and creating such a really close friendship. Friendships that are still going today, and we've stayed in touch with them, and we can't wait to see them again. So our schedules kind of change and fluctuate a little bit. 2 days a week, Laurie and I start in the afternoons and work until the evenings. And then the next 2 days, Laurie and I start in the mornings and work until the early evenings, late afternoon. Today was our cleaning day, so we cleaned the cabins today and the restrooms and laundry room. Once we're done with that, unless there's any other projects, Laurie can continue working if she wants or take the rest of the day off. She has a business that she runs from home, so she takes the day off sometimes and works on her business, and I continue to work here at the campground. Normally on days like this I end up doing mowing, weed eating, site prepping, escorting arrivals to their sites, as well as picking up elk and mule deer poop, as gross as that sounds. We have a lot of elk and mule deer that come into the RV park, and they like to leave us gifts. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the trash truck and start loading up all the trash and run that to the dump. So let's get going. Now get out there and wander.